All right, welcome back to Metropole Television. We are still with the Deputy Governor, Engineer Maliti, Machakos County. Well, key conversations. I want to take 10 minutes in the first part of this second segment for us to talk about the other areas I want to talk about. And then in the second part, we're going to go directly to the questions that have come into the studio this morning to him specifically on the way that he sees the future of Machakos County shaping out. Good. So let's talk about the affordable housing project. Housing is a big problem in the country. And it seems as if nobody has an answer for it. But this time round, it looks as if your county had an idea of exactly how to go about it, which saw 2019 the president launching an 8,800 units that's on affordable housing. How is that project so far? And are you using it as a stepping stone to gauge whether you can get into more projects of that sort?
Let me say that the 8,800 housing units are part of the national government projects on the Agenda 4.
Yes.
One of them being housing.
Yes.
And we are happy as Machakos County to partner with the national government to have some of these projects implemented in Machakos County. Machakos County role was to provide for land, and then the national government is providing for the financing.
Yes.
And I'm glad to say here that those projects are proceeding on well. I'm aware that several meetings are usually held between our minister in charge of lands and planning with also the national government officials on the progress of that housing project. And
yes.
As Machakos County, we are ready even for implementation of more
yes.
and more houses within Machakos. Because if you look at Machakos County compared to counties like Kiambu, who are surrounding Nairobi, I think we have more space for construction of such counties.
Yes.
Maybe the only other county which may have such a comparative advantage is Kajiado, Kitui, and Makueni in terms of space. Mm-hmm. So we welcome many investors, both public and private investors, to come and develop housing in Machakos. One of the reasons why Machakos would be strategic is because of our proximity to Nairobi. People would still live in Machakos and come and work in Nairobi and go back to Machakos to sleep.
Yes.
You cannot imagine people maybe traveling from counties which are far to Nairobi to be more expensive. So we are taking advantage of our proximity to Nairobi to provide such space so that more construction on housing takes place in Machakos. And we hope in the future, Machakos becomes the bedroom for Nairobi.
Pretty much, all right. Engineer, I just wanted to jump straight away to some of the questions that have come in this morning from some of your constituents who are actually watching this morning. So let me just directly jump into the ones that we got. I'm just going to ask the three of them. You take 2 minutes to respond to them because I have some more for you as well. Now, this is one that's coming right now. What kind of support are the students in universities in Machakos County going to be given by the county government in their various development plans, since youth are said to be the leaders and steers of tomorrow? I'm just reading verbatim. How does the county government help out the needy students? That's pretty much like the first question as well, apart from offering bus rates, right? And number three, a request now to the county government to come up with a county innovation platform for all youth in Machakos, because on ground, many of the students and county youths have innovation ideas but lack the platform to showcase within your county. Take that in 2 minutes.
Thank you. In terms of supporting the youths who are in the universities, I want to say here Machakos County has done very well because we have a scholarship scheme. And so far, since we started the scholarship scheme, we have supported well over 4,000 students in the universities. Yes. This year, we have not managed because of the COVID-19 effects. One, the universities were closed. And we plan to give such scholarships from January next year. Yes. It's usually through our budget. It's appropriated by the members of County Assembly. And then when the budget is available, we issue and especially to the very, very, very needy students, because we have quite a number of students who require such scholarships in Machakos County.
Yes.
Now, on matters innovation, that's a very, very good question, because I know many of the students who finish universities, particularly those who are taking technological degrees, even other degrees, have very innovative ideas. However, for a long time, we are not giving them platforms so that they can, put the innovative ideas into production. As Machakos County, we have come up with a policy on incubation. We want to incubate people who have ideas, people who want to start certain businesses, but they are not very sure. So we link up these people with the experts, people who are more experienced in a particular sector, in a particular area of interest, and support them. So moving into the future, I think we'll scale that up so that we can uptake very many numbers, maybe based on our 8 sub-counties, so that if you go to Masinga, there are people who are in an incubation center. If you go to Athi River, there are a number who are in incubation center.
Yes.
And incubation can be done both in location and out of location, because we have also what we call as fashion incubation. I think when I say incubation, many people may not understand, but from my expertise, I would say that it has been done in other countries. South Korea, I was in South Korea some years ago, and I saw how incubators work. I was in India, I saw how incubators, I was in China, I saw how incubators work. I've gone to many countries.
Yes.
Before, when I was in Vision 2030 as a director.
Yes.
So we were trying to look at how the kind of model we can develop for Kenya so that we can take off to attain the middle income country by the year 2030.
Yes.
So we have such ideas which we are going to also implement in Machakos County.
Pretty much. Now, I just want to move on to the next part of our conversation this morning, and I want to approach it from a very pragmatic perspective. We do know your plans for 2022. But engineer, somebody's going to look back since you became deputy governor and ask you the question, what have you personally, through the eyes of your governor, overseen that's going to be the benchmark for saying, oh man, yeah, give him, that's it, it's going to take it over good?
One, I want you to appreciate that when you are working as a deputy governor, you do a supportive role to the governor.
Yes.
So one of my achievements and the greatest achievement is supporting Governor Mutua to take Machakos to the level where he has taken.
Yes.
You know, if you look at many deputies in this country, whether it's a deputy president, whether it's a deputy governor, blah, 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 blah. A lot of them have a lot of issues with their heads. But Engineer Maliti has been very supportive to the governor. You can call him and interview him here. I've been very supportive to him so that we can achieve development in Machakos together. So that's one of my achievements. Two, the governor has given me dockets. Unlike in the many counties where the deputy governors do not have a portfolio.
Yes.
Engineer Maliti has a portfolio in Machakos County. I am the minister in charge of finance.
That's quite integral, you would say.
Yes.
Yes.
I am the minister in charge of finance and economic planning in Machakos County. So you can see my docket is core. My docket is so core to all the activities that would be undertaken in Machakos County in terms of, running the government and also in terms of development. So if I did not run the finance and economic planning docket properly, most of the things that we are talking about, the successes we are talking about in Machakos County would not be achieved.
Yes.
Because it is the core. So I pride myself as one of the CCs who have succeeded in doing what I'm supposed to do to support the governor achieve his goals in Machakos and his vision.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Now, last question probably on this as well. Good. I would say you have supported the governor, but what would you think is the direction that you would like to take Machakos County to? I remember saying right now, Machakos County is the county to be. So under you, are we going to see a different phrase probably? And what is it going to be?
Let me say, Dr. Alfred Mutua has laid a very firm and strong foundation for Machakos County development. I would say 10 years would not have been enough for Governor Mutua to take Machakos where he wanted to take. One, because of the resource challenges that we have. If he was given more resources, he would have taken Machakos to a higher level. But Engineer Maliti will take off from where Governor Mutua has reached. I would not say I would take Machakos to a very different direction, but I will build on what Governor Mutua has built. There is something we call in business managing learning curve. When you stay in an institution for a longer time, you learn more, you tend to gain, you tend to own your skills, and therefore I bet I will be better than Governor Mutua, just merely because of the time I've taken in Machakos County, under his tutelage, of course. And one of the things I would want to bring on board when I become the governor is what I would call as an integrated youth policy. I would ensure that in everything that we are doing as a government, the youths are involved. Name it: infrastructure, construction, tourism, education, agriculture. I will ensure that our policy ensures that the youths participate in very quantifiable terms in whatever we are doing, and through that I'm sure we are going to empower the youth. The question you have not asked is how, but that I can explain in another day.
Pretty much, isn't it? All right, Engineer Maliti, I can't let you go without asking you this question. Now, your governor is gaining for that top seat in the country.
Yes.
I can't let you go in 2 minutes.
What
are the chances, and do you believe that he has the, looking back at what is done at Machakos County, do you think it can reflect that on a national level?
I want to tell you that Governor Dr. Alfred Mutua is the alternative choice for the position of the presidency in Kenya. When you look at majority of the people who are saying they want to become president of Kenya, they have been there before. We have Raila Amolo Odinga, we have Ruto, we have Musalia Mudavadi, we have Kalonzo, and many more. If you look at them, they have tried before, and they have been in government for as long as I can remember. And some of the issues they are talking about that they want to correct, they had an opportunity to actually corrected them when they were in government for such long years. But when you look at Governor Mutua and what he has done for Machakos County, I see a transformative leader, a leader who will take on Kenya and shepherd Kenya in a different direction, a direction that will assure our youth jobs, a direction will rid of this country corruption, a direction that will, empower our women, a direction that is going to develop our infrastructure, and a direction that is going to, provide equitable development for the entire country. Because what we have been doing is that we have been putting resources only in, certain sectors and only certain geographical areas of this country, completely ignoring some potential areas of this country and saying we are developing Kenya. My take is that we have only been developing a part of this country. And if you invite me in another occasion, I will be telling you that we need to divest and invest not just in Nairobi, invest in Garissa, invest in other regions of the country, so that we don't squeeze and compete for the small space that we have here in Nairobi, and then make prices of things, everything, the price of housing, nini, hata rent, juu sana hapa Nairobi, because everybody is coming here in Nairobi. But if we divest and invest in other, regions of the country, we'll develop faster. It is only, if I compare Dr. Alfred Mutua with the rest, I think he has a huge chance, and I want to appeal, and particularly to the youth, to begin to shift and look at Dr. Alfred Mutua's promise, because I think he can take this country far. We need to stop, you know, giving young men wheelbarrows. You know, I don't know what the significance of a wheelbarrow is when you give to a young man. I will tell you that we have read from history. I think I was a young man when Tom Boyer was a minister in government. And what he did is that he issued scholarships to young, brilliant men. And through that, there was a lot of transformation in those young men. And when they came back, they made their contribution in the country. One of the people who were given such by Tom Boyer was Obama Sr., father to Obama. He went to America, came back, became a senior economist in Kenya government, and many, many more that I can mention. So even when we want to empower the youth, let's do things that are impactful, but not shenanigans, just trying to pretend that we are with the youth, and yet we are pretending. I will say, for example, if you find Maliti rushing to a slum with a rolly load of unga, alafu niende nipeane mikate huko, nipeane unga huko, and then I disappear. Yes, I look good. I look generous. I have supported them for that one day. I've given them food for one day. But what happens after I leave, after they finish? Who else comes and gives them? Let's look for, you know, sustainable ways of helping our people, empowering our people, so that we can move them from one level to the next, but not just maintaining them at the level where they are. Because what I'm looking at is maintenance. It is not transformation.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
All right, now you have it. We were speaking, and we have been speaking to Engineer Honorable Francis Maliti, Machakos County Deputy Governor, telling us his plans for 2022 and giving us an outlook of what has made Machakos County the county to be. Wow, 2146. Any question that you may have for him, we've sampled a couple of them. Guess what we'll do? We'll send them to him so that he can give you a one-on-one response, and you can keep the conversation going on at Metropole TV KE across all your social media platforms. I am at Charles _Kiage. On that note, that's business I am for you today.